powers out! But physics just clocked in. Our stickman stands in a quiet living room holding a flashlight like a microphone. Tonight, the house is a lab. Conduction, convection, radiation, all one in speaking parts. The rule of the night is flow, not force. We won't bully the temperature. We'll choreograph it. The HUD floats in the corner room tanks. Surface temps, battery levels while. We map where heat sneaks away, where cool air pools, and where light can bounce twice and still be useful. Welcome to comfort by arrangement. Start with a heat map, not a complaint. Hands and cheeks are sensors. Windows read, colder than walls. Floors cooler than tables. The couch, a polite heat sink. Conduction is touch gossip. Warm moves to cold through anything solid you let it shake hands with. So we give it mittens? Throw down rugs on tile, pads under sleeping spots, coasters under water jugs, and a folded blanket on the lap. Every layer slows that handshake, buying minutes that feel like hours when the grid's napping. Convection is the air's road trip. Warm air rises, cool drops, and any gap becomes a highway ramp. In the cold, we dam the rivers. Draft stoppers, towels, at doors. Painter's tape across the window, latch side, cardboard in the mail slot. In heat, we reverse it and open surgical paths high window out, low window, and creating a lazy escalator for hot air to leave. Think intentional rivers, not wild flood. Air hates friction. We add or subtract it with fabric and gaps. Radiation is the quiet diva. You feel it when the dark window steals warmth from your skin. Or when a candle across the room warms your hands for no good conductive reason. At night and in winter, we hang thermal curtains and swing reflective space blankets inward so your body radiates toward you, not toward that big black cold rectangle. In summer, the same foil faces outward, bouncing sunlight back to space like a polite nod now. Flip the mirror. Flip the comforts! Zones beat battles! We shrink the battlefield to 2 or 3 rooms and abandon palace ambitions. Close interior doors to create a core bedroom plus bath, or a kitchen plus nook where bodies, soups, and small devices add up. In winter, we chase the smallest ceiling volume. In summer, we chase cross breeze alignment. The HUD draws red and blue blobs. We move activities into the friendlier one. It's not defeat. It's chess. Queens conserve power by guarding fewer squares. Lighthouse physics and manners. A single LED on low, pointed at a white wall or ceiling, becomes 3 lamps by reflection. Mirror bounce turns a bright dot into a soft wash without hitting battery anxiety. Place the light near a corner for double. The 2 planes make a bigger virtual fixture. Keep pathways lit, not ceilings glowing like a runway. Night vision is precious. Let your eyes dilate, then protect that free sensitivity dividend by not nuking it every 5 minutes. Heat making without electricity is a different game from heat keeping. We prioritize keeping. Cooking becomes a side quest with a tight time box. Lids on, small pots, windscreens. And cast iron when you want momentum that doesn't flicker with the flame. Eat warm, not blazing. Your body likes steady. After, trap the steam where it helps winter or vent it out a high-pass summer. Moisture is a sneaky comfort tax. Pay only where it pays you back. Stack effect is a boss fight in multi-story spaces. Warm air escapes high. Cold air sneaks low like it knows your ankles by name. In winter blackout, kill the staircase draft with a hanging quilt or a tension rod and blanket wall. In summer, heat dome. Do the opposite. Create a roof hatch exhaust if you could do it safely and draw in cooler air from the most shaded, lowest window you own. You are building a lung, not a fan club. Windows are valves. In winter, treat them like refrigerators you forgot to close. Seal, cover, and add a thin foam board behind curtains at night. Remove during sun hours to harvest free heat. In summer, knock out radiant load early. Exterior shade beats interior heroics. Even a janky cardboard visor taped outside beats 3 designer curtains inside because the heat never enters the room. Physics endorses lazy. Stop the problem before it arrives. Water is thermal mass with feelings. In winter, warm soups and hot water bottles are legal. Cheat slow hot heat batteries. You hug. Wrap them in towels to slow conduction and park them at the core. Chest, kidneys, feet. In summer, cool mass sits on the floor in the breeze path. Wet towels over a drying rack. Clay pots exhaling. Evaporative chill. A tray of water in shade. Don't flood the room. Create small, targeted oases your skin actually touches. Breath matters. In cold, exhale into scarves or balaclavas to recycle a whisper of warmth and humidity. Your lungs appreciate not turning into parchment. In heat, sip often, salt a little, and cool wrists. Neck and inner elbows fast paths to comfort without chilling your core. A bowl of water near sleep height raises humidity just enough to soothe the desert your blackout created, but not enough to condense on walls. Balance is a mood and a math problem. Sleep low in heat, high in cold. Hot nights! The floor is friendlier if the air sits still. Stack a breathable mat plus sheet fort where cross vent can graze you. Cold nights, bunk higher if safe, or loft the mattress with insulating layers beneath cardboard. Blankets foam because cold floors drink heat through your back like a long straw. The HUD shows surface temps. We move the bed to where the numbers stop being rude. Clothes are architecture you wear. In cold, think microclimate. Base layer wicks, mid traps, outer blocks. Cover head and feet, 2 exits, you forget! Until comfort files a complaint. In heat, widen the chimney. Loose weave. Light colors. Sweat allowed to evaporate. Wet bandanas behind a fan are great when there's a fan. With no fan, place damp cloth where the breeze actually moves. Avoid heavyweight black cotton that turns you into a solar collector. Batteries are tiny time machines. Spend lumens where they buy safety and navigation, not vibe. Rotate headlamp to ultra low for reading maps, medium for chores, burst for emergencies. Park power banks on the useful stuff. Comms, light, medical. Charge by day with solar or by elbow with a crank and log watt hours like a cook counting servants. Devices that sip wind, devices that guzzle weight. Their turn. Your future self will high-fifth this spreadsheet you didn't make. Cooking without grid power is less recipe, more heat geometry. Use tight pots, lids, and windscreens. Pre-cut food for faster! Batch boil water while the flame's on and stash in insulated bottles. If carbon monoxide is a character in your script, rewrite the scene outdoors. Indoors. Safe camp stoves only, with windows cracked in a controlled way that feeds oxygen without inviting a gale. Heat the food, not the room, unless the room is begging. Fridge is not badly during blackouts. Keep the door shut. They hold cold like a decent thermos. Move critical quick spoil to the coldest corner, lowest shelf. In heat, pre-freeze water jugs when the grid lives. Then move them into a cooler to create a portable cold zone that opens less often. Evaporative coolers clay over clay, wet cloth. Breezy placement won't fake a compressor, but they'll turn UGG into okay. For veggies and fruit that don't demand sub-40 degrees Fahrenheit. Noise is data. Draft whistles and curtain flutters tell you where air misbehaves. A wall cold patch marks a bridge to outdoors. A window that fogs on the inside in winter means moisture plus poor ceiling. We treat the house like a patient. Find the symptom, apply the patch, retest. Towel snakes, under doors, tape on latches, cardboard over vents you don't want right now. Every small fix stacks. The HUD zeros shorten. The room stops arguing. Daylight is strategy, not scenery. In cold, chase Lowengel's son across the floor with a rolling chair and a mug. You're collecting radiation as surely as a black panel does. In heat, declare a siesta. Do heavy tasks at dawn and dusk when the sky is less aggressive. Shade east in the morning, west in late afternoon. South facing gets the real lectureonings. Exterior blinds, even temporary tarps outshine interior curtains because the jewels never cross the glass. Community multiplies physics. Share, ice, swap blankets, trade tasks. One person cooks, another vents the house. A third manages charging. Exterior shade cloths are easier, with 4 hands. Crossvent works across apartments. If doors open in coordination for a 5-minute purge, then close. 2 houses with opposite exposures become a timeshare of comfort, each lending the other its best hours. The grid is gone. The neighborhood becomes the circuit. When the lines finally hum again. Keep the lab notes! Which window was a liar? Which towel stopped a river? What hours did the crank actually deliver? And which light setting mattered? Upgrade in peacetime. Exterior shade. Thermal curtains that fit a small solar panel. Spare batteries. A door snake that's not a rolled t-shirt. Comfort is a practice. Power helps. Physics does the heavy lift. Next, Blackout. You'll set the stage, and the house will remember its steps.